In 1904, America built a scientific argument for why people deserve to be colonized, and they used Filipinos to prove it. The 1904's World Fair in St. Louis was the biggest event America had ever thrown. They spent more than $15 million, and about 20 million visitors came. The whole thing was built around one idea: progress. But the way they defined progress tells you everything. Anthropologists at the time had built a framework that ranked human beings by race. White civilization sat at the top, and everyone else was arranged below as evidence that colonization was a gift, not a conquest. The Philippines had just been taken after the Philippine-American War, and for that to make sense to the American public, Filipinos had to be made to look like they needed saving. So the US government spent $1.5 million shipping over 1,000 Filipinos to St. Louis and building a 47-acre village on the fairgrounds. They selected the Igorot people specifically and labeled them the most uncivilized tribe in the Philippines. A ceremonial practice of eating dog became a stage performance for the crowd. Fair organizers arranged for them to eat up to 20 dogs per week. Antero Cabrera was a teenager at that fair, the only English-speaking Igorot in his group. He was also the most photographed person at the entire exposition. He understood exactly what the exhibit was, so he used every door it opened. He met President Roosevelt at the White House. He traveled the US as part of performing tropes for years after the fair ended. The same country today positions itself as the global defender of human dignity. The nation that spent $1.5 million to put human beings in a zoo is the one that built its identity around freedom and dignity. That is the foundation this country was still building in 1904, and the gap between what they preach and what they've done is one of the most documented contradictions on the planet.